Hello everyone, we meet yet again, and this time I want to give you 3 case studies from people actually using AI for their SEO efforts. I want to go over what their business are, what they do, what they're not doing, and how they were able to grow their traffic from here to here, this one from this little bottom to up here, and this one from here to here. I want to actually give you some tangible tips on what these guys are doing and how you can also take some ideas from the strategies they're implementing, both for the classic SEO for this and this right here, as well as for the AI-based or GEO, generative engine optimization, which is this right here, the number of AI citations, and how to increase these AI citations, okay? So again, I want to go over what these businesses are, again, keeping their identity closed. I want to go over what they did, and hopefully you can take some of the gold nuggets and some of the ideas they've implemented and learn from what they're doing to apply it to your own business, okay? Now, if you're new to SEO, what I recommend you do is you go to my channel, Vasco SEO Tips, go here, click the little search box and just type in course, okay? And I recommend you go watch this right here, okay? It's a 2-hour, 18-minute course, but this, if you watch this all the way through, you'll learn exactly every single thing you need to know about SEO, okay? Yes, it was posted 2 years ago, but the principles are the exact same. So if you're new to SEO, go watch this, okay? If you're somewhat seasoned, still go watch this for a quick refreshing. Then, if you're into local SEO, watch this right here, and hopefully I can find this right here. It's a most recent one I've posted 2 hours as well, specifically for local SEO, because local SEO and ranking on Google Maps is very different than ranking on non-Google Maps for the classic SEO. So watch this for your local business, okay? And if you want to learn a bit more about the LLM or AI-based SEO, go watch this right here. This is a 30-minute one, and this is a 2-hour, 30-minute one, okay? These are for GEO, and I hate these terms, but this stands for generative engine optimization. It's basically how to increase your mentions on all these LLMs like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, also called AI SEO. There you go, okay? So that's that. I'll leave links for all this in the description, so don't worry too much about it. But just watch those to gain a bit more context into all this, okay? Now, first things first is I want to go over what these businesses are. Well, the first one, let's start with this one. It's a SaaS business, a software as a service. And as you know, I also own a SaaS business. It's called Arvo. Again, my goal is not to promote this here, but I have to show you that I own a software business. And a bit more of a tangent, if you want to learn how to do SEO specifically for SaaS, for software as a service businesses, you can go watch this right here. It's a 23-minute long video, and this is a 20-minute long video. These basically break down SaaS-specific SEO strategies, okay? So there you go. Again, going back here, these guys are a SaaS, software as a service business, okay? And they started with us. They started using Arvo. And by the way, when I say using Arvo, they don't have to use this one. You can use anything you want. The reason why I say this is because this is my software. But point being is that they started using AI in their SEO efforts, because this right here is not a magic tool. AI isn't magic. Anything AI does, you can do. AI just saves you a ton of time. That's all it is. There's no magic tools out there, okay? Point being is that they started using AI, in specific Arvo, our tool, in August of 2024. So around, right about here, okay? Actually, sorry, right here. Never mind, right here. And they saw an increase from around 1K to 6K a month in monthly organic search traffic, mostly from the US, right? But most importantly is if you look right here at the organic traffic, yes, it's 6K, but the value of this traffic is almost $12,000. And what does this mean? Well, it means that if you are a competitor, if you were to pay Google, right, Google Ads, for all these keywords to get all this traffic a month, you'd have to pay Google around $12,000. Does that make sense? So if you wanted to compete with their organic reach, which they're getting essentially for free, right? They just pay a subscription of Arvo. But if you wanted to pay Google Ads, if you wanted to pay Google Ads to rank for these keywords and get this traffic from a paid acquisition fashion on Google Ads, you'd pay $12,000 a month, right? That's $120,000+ a year just on ads, and they're getting it for free. So that's quite interesting. So I talked about this before, which I talk about all this in other courses that I just mentioned before, is that traffic, this right here is a vanity metric, right? These don't mean a thing, right? Because you can get all this traffic but not make any money, right? And this happened with us. I'll also link a video in the description on how and why it happened to us. But point being is that traffic can be a vanity metric, right? You can have 1 billion in monthly organic search traffic, but if nobody actually buys your product or your services, well, it's kind of pointless. So you want to look at the buying intent of these keywords. So when you're creating content, again, I talk about this in the courses, when you're creating content, when these guys were the software as a service business, again, I'll open up here their site, but I have to hide all the stuff because I mean, I don't want to reveal who they are or what they do. I guess I can show you that they do this. Hopefully I can share this right here. This is what the software does. Okay, I won't dive in more into this. I'll show you pricing as well, by the way, so you guys can see how much they charge for their plan. So there you go. Here's what they charge from 65 to 97 to however much a month. Okay, so it's a regular software as a service business, and people pay them on a monthly basis to have access to the software. Now, because they rank for keywords with a very high buying intent, right? The traffic value is so high. And I'm opening up here right here in Ahrefs. I just opened up their site. I want to look at, there you go. I just the screenshot that I showed you was actually old. Now they've dropped the number of keywords they're ranking for. They're ranking for 15K, like 1 day ago or 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And traffic is a bit higher now, and it is even more valuable. Okay, so let me just open right here, if this stops lagging, the organic keywords. So I want to go look at the keywords they're ranking for, right? Again, I'll have to hide a bunch of this stuff, but I do want to show you what it is, what they rank for, and why it's so valuable. So there you go. I can show you this one. AI receptionists. A volume of 1.2 thousand. Traffic estimate is 136 because they're ranking in a position 3.5. They dropped. They were ranking a bit higher. So there you go. They dropped a bit, but regardless, they were first in the US. Now they're fourth. So there you go. And you can see that the traffic change from dropping from first to fourth is a lot. Almost 300 clicks, excuse me. So there you go. Again, very valuable keywords. There's a very high buying intent behind these keywords. Someone searching for AI receptionists, most likely they want to buy a software that helps them do this, right? Or for example, a virtual receptionist appointment booking. Okay, so again, very, very valuable keywords there. Very, very high buying intent. So that's why, and here's another one, for example, iPhone receptionist, very high buying intent. So that's why the traffic is so valuable, because they rank for high valuable keywords, for keywords with high buying intent. And excuse me for giving you this example again. I give this example all the time, and if you're an avid viewer of the channel, you already know what I'm going to say. But if you just draw this right here, a matrix, I call it the keyword matrix. Where in the y-axis we have the buying intent, and in the x-axis we have traffic. Usually, the harder the traffic, the harder the competition, right? And we have a business. Let's say we have an iPhone repair shop. Okay, people come into my shop to have their phones repaired. But before they come into my shop, they have to come into my website, right? My website. Now, my site can be ranking for keywords like how to repair an iPhone, but it could also be ranking for keywords like where or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone. Now, let's say the keyword how has 10,000 searches a month, right? And the sum of these two keywords, where or how much, only has 1,000, right? You'd think that, yeah, it's more valuable to rank for this one. It's relatively like on the same niche, relatively relevant, and has 10 times the amount of search traffic these two have, right? So I'm just going to go for this one. Thing is that someone searching for how, most likely they want to do it themselves, while someone searching for where, right, or how much, most likely they want to pay someone to do it for them, right? So these are way much more valuable. There's way much more high buying intent here than here, even though the traffic here is higher. So once you have a list of all your keywords, which by the way, Arvo can help you with that, and I'll run you through in a second how it does help with that. Again, you don't need to use Arvo, you can use anything you want. But again, I'm fully biased. This is my tool. If you buy, I make money, but it is the best tool. Regardless, when you have your list of keywords that you want to rank for, right, you put them on this matrix, right? And you don't go for keywords here nor here. Why? Because keywords in these two quadrants have low buying intent. So why would you want to have all the work, right, to rank for these keywords when, if and when you rank for them, yeah, you get traffic, but nobody buys. So you go for keywords here and here in these two quadrants. High buying intent, low traffic, high buying intent, high traffic. These are the best ones. Actually, these two are great, but these are the easiest to rank for because there's low traffic, so low competition, but the buying intent is still there. These ones are fantastic as well. There's high buying intent, high traffic, so much more sales, but they're a bit more competitive. Regardless, go for these two. So again, I've said this multiple times, and if you go watch the courses that I told you before, they all talk about this, and it's quite simple, right? But felt like it was important to mention. Now, what did they do exactly? Well, we go here to top pages. This gives us the pages on the site that get the most traffic, right? And by the way, this strategy is different because it's for a software. I also recommend you go watch this video right here. If you go to Vasco Monteiro Business, it's a different channel of mine. You can go watch this right here. I recommend you do watch it right here. It's a 1 hour long, basically going over how the specific SEO strategy for software. Okay, it's mega valuable. I wish this had more views, but I mean, Thankfully, it doesn't, because if more people watch this, more people would know how to do exactly SEO for SaaS. But always say to go watch this because the pages they rank for and the pages they value here have some relevancy and are in accordance to what I teach there in that video. For example, again, I can't show you much here, but I'll show this right here. They have these area code pages, okay? 336 area code 6662. So why would they want to rank for all these keywords? If I open this up right here, why would I want to rank for stuff like, let's see here, 336 area code and C area code, 336 area code, so super specific, right? Where is, what it is, etc. Because when and if they do, right? Again, I'll have to hide a bunch of stuff right here, but they use these pages that have all these codes, phone codes, okay, area codes, as a CTA for people to buy a phone number off of them, right? And then use their software as the AI receptionist. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? As you see right here, you can even equip your phone number with an AI phone receptionist that talks like a human. So again, sure, these aren't the highest buying intent keywords because people looking for area code 336 location might not necessarily want to look for this SaaS service, right? But some of them might, right? And in the example I gave you, for example, for the iPhone repair shop, where people came into the site, right? And then they came into the store, right? Even the people searching for how, okay, they were the people searching for how, and they were the people searching for where or how much, right? But even the people searching for how, right? Even though it's of low buying intent, doesn't matter because, I mean, it does matter, but you can convert some of these people. You can maybe send them to a guide of a 5-step list to repair your iPhone at home. Step 1, boom. Step 2, boom. With a video, etc., whatever. Step 3, step 4. And last thing, say, hey, yeah, if you made it this far, most likely you did it. If not, well, come into our shop. We'll give you a 10% discount for trying. Our location is here, here, here. Come meet us here, right? So you can sort of funnel some of these people, right, into your store. I mean, it is a longer funnel journey, while these guys right here, the ones searching for where or how much, are just want to buy it. These guys maybe need to go through a funnel to buy something. But yes, sure, you can get some of these people. Point being is that you can also get some of these people that are searching for this stuff, even though it's a bit more lower buying intent. You can convert some into having them buy their SaaS. They also have a bunch of blogs, okay, getting traffic right here. And these blogs, by the way, are done with Arvo. I'll just show you an example right here. This does a bunch of stuff. I'll show you one of the most visually appealing niches, which is the gardening niche. If I just open this right here. By the way, again, anything this does, you can do manually. But for example, gardening tips in arid soils. AI wrote all this. AI wrote the things, added the images, added the links, added the videos. Actually went on YouTube and found the most relevant video to add here. For example, this is one for this desert gardening. And again, the title of the video is gardening for tips for arid soils. The images, all this is tailored. And sure, could you write all this manually? 100%. But why would you? You could just do this like in 10 minutes with AI, right? And if you don't like if you maybe don't like these links or whatever, you can just select parts of the text and say, actually, never mind, just click here, revision. And then you can just select part of the article and say, okay, let's say I don't like this right here. Write this in a more informative tone, right? You can add any custom prompts you want, right? Maybe this is not the best way to do it, but there you go. I can accept or decline these changes. Let's decline them. Or I can just go here and say, add links here. And the AI will go in and find the best places in this sentence to add links to external sources. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Fantastic. Sure. Can you do this manually? Of course you can, but it just saves you a ton of time to do it with AI. Let's say, for example, you don't like this image. You can just say, put it, let's see how this works. Put it underwater. This is going to be interesting. How is it going to put a arid soil underwater? Because the AI has the context of the article as a whole, the current image and what it's about, and it takes in these custom prompts and it will tweak the same. Yeah. So it's sort of this again. This prompt doesn't make any sense for this specific image, but it is a cactus, which is a plant that belongs in a desert type environment. So you just put it underwater. You can accept or decline. There you go. So you can change things around, even if you don't want to. Also, by the way, you can just add keywords, add custom prompts, make a list, make a table, make it longer. You can sprinkle in your keywords right here, and you will find a way to sprinkle them inside of paragraphs. Or if you just want to speak with the article as a whole, you could just as if you were speaking with ChatGPT, you can just speak here and add any custom prompts like, I don't like the intro, make it shorter. Jesus, that's awful English. Add a link to whatever.com. Add a table and an image that whatever. I mean, you get the point. You can just speak with it back and forth as if you're using GPT. Or if you just want to get started from scratch, or you don't even want Arvo to write the content for you, you can just use our editor. You can just start writing and still use our AI-based features here and here if you want. Or you can just start from a link. So you can just input here a competitor link. So you go on Google and type in your keyword. You see who's ranking first. You put their link right here. It creates a draft based off of the content or the page that's ranking. You can just tweak it with our AI tools. So there you go. Again, going back here, point being is that they are producing content, whether for their feature pages, because they're SaaS, or their blog pages, and these is what allows them to rank for all these keywords. Now, this might seem simple, and it is simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. But the whole point and how all this stuff works is you just have to produce content that satisfies the user search intent. There you go, right? Google doesn't care if the content is AI, right? They only care for one thing. They only care for if the content is valuable for the end user. Does the content satisfy the user search intent? If so, they don't care if it's a dog, a human, or a robot writing it. And these, like all these three guys, are proof of that, right? The content is AI, but it doesn't matter because it is very valuable. Now, even though the blog pages aren't getting much traffic, right? One thing that's important to note is that your site has your blog, right? Blog right here with multiple blog posts, okay? And then maybe you have your feature pages, or maybe your services pages, or if you're an e-commerce or your product pages, right? And then or maybe your category pages with individual products. Then after that, maybe your multiple different service pages, right? It depends on what your site is, right? And all the content that you put out here, all this, right, helps the homepage. This is the homepage ranking as well. So this right here and this traffic isn't just achieved. Yes, sure, most of it comes from the homepage, but it's achieved through having a proper funnel that interlinks these pages to your homepage, these to your homepage, and these rank individually for different keywords than your homepage ranks. That being said, the keywords these pages rank for, and these ones as well on the homepage, are all in the same sphere. They're all in the same niche. They're all relevant between each other. Point being is that if you're able to rank other pages on your site, right, the more pages you have on your site that rank by themselves, the more your site as a whole will rank itself, if that even makes sense. So you look at here, and I'll go to, where is it? Not performance, performance, organic pages. You'll see that the number of organic pages created, right, the blog post pages, the service pages, the feature, whatever, right, it has a direct correlation. Where is the traffic? There you go. There's a direct correlation between how many pages they create right here. Pages, this is the pages, okay, this is the traffic, the orange line, and how well they perform in search. So it's all about creating content and keeping content updated, okay? It's very, very important. And so I've made thousands of videos, but the thought process remains the same. Just find your keywords and produce content. Still, by the way, on finding keywords, and I'll go over a bit that later on, but you go here into feeds. Again, you can use anything you want for this, right? I'm just showing you how to do it with this AI. You can use any AI you want, okay? What this allows you to do with Arvo is you can set up a feed, right? And what a feed is, it can be based off of a YouTube channel, so you can basically produce content based off of videos on YouTube, right? And I'll leave links for that in the description. You can do it based off of news sites, RSS feeds, or a keyword feed. Let's just do a test, for example. Let's just do gardening site, okay? Let's just do epic gardening. Epicgardening.com is a very famous gardening site with an e-commerce store on the back end. Let's just say our main keywords are gardening supplies, gardening tools, right? Competitors, let me just see, gardening tools. Let's say our competitors are maybe this one right here. I don't know, I'm not too sure. I just want to show you how this works. Country, US, language, English. Create feed. Now what this will do is, based off of all this info, my site, my seed keywords, my competition, my location, my language, it's going to give me a list of keywords that then I can target, that I can produce content based off of, or that I can even build backlinks. Because by the way, SEO, as you know, has three main pillars, right? SEO, boom, boom, boom. We have the on page, we have the off page, and we have technical SEO. On page is basically the things that I just showed you right now, the content on the page, what you write, how you write, the keywords you target, right? Technically, SEO is the boring stuff like schema markup, site speed, meta titles, meta tags, scan articles, image alt text, all this stuff. And off page is building backlinks. And if you want to succeed in the SEO space, i.e. increase this, increase all this, you have to do all three. And a lot of people don't do backlinks maybe because they're scared. And by the way, if you go to, again, this channel right here, let me just show you Vasco's SEO tips. Just go here. Again, I give you all this away for free. Just type in backlinks and you can go watch this right here. It's this one, okay. And then it's this right here. Okay, this right here and this right here. Again, I'll leave in the description. Please go watch them. These basically teach you how to build backlinks from scratch. By the way, the same backlinks that I sell right here for, if you can go buy them. I can basically build them out for you if you want, for $150 a pop. So again, the exact same backlinks that I sell you on here that I do myself, I do them the exact same way I showed you how to do it on this video, and on this video as well. So if you want to pay me to do so, you can. So there you go. Going back to this, let's just see. This is still gathering information. But point being is that you need to do all three. You need to build backlinks as well. Very important. And so going back here, we'll see that, there you go. There's a bunch of keywords right here. We can see the competition, we can see the volume, right? And then if we want, we can change things up and update things. Or now we can start producing content based off of these keywords, right? The ones we like and the ones we dislike. Pretty simple, okay? Again, don't need to overcomplicate this stuff. Just again, make sure that after this that you apply the concept of the keyword matrix and ideally go for keywords here and here with high buying intent, okay? That's very important. Sure, you can do this with ChatGPT, you can do this with anything you want. But the cool thing about this is that you can just set up an automatic blog, and the blog is just a gardening site, can be based off of a campaign, off of a feed, Well, it takes the keyword feed, right, and based off of all those keywords, generates content based off of those keywords, just like the one you saw about, before about the desert gardening one, with the images, the links, internal links, external links, bullets, tables, quotes, videos, all that stuff, and automatically generates that stuff and pushes them out to your site automatically on autopilot, right? Again, you can do with review, you can select the feed, gardening site feed, you can say how many times you want to post a day, a week, a month, an hour, and there you go. So you can just basically have a fully running automatic SEO blog on the back end of quality content that delivers results like the ones you see on these sites, because this is basically what these guys are doing. These guys, and these guys. Now, granted, of course, as I said before, even if the blog doesn't get much traffic, which, by the way, you can see, there's a bunch of other case studies. If you can just go to arvo.com/case studies, there's a bunch of ones where they do the blog. I think this one is insane. I think it's this one, by the way, and this one too. The point being is that even if the blog doesn't get much traffic, right, it will help propel a site as a whole up. And by the way, speaking about GEO, generative engine optimization, for example, these guys right here are pretty successful at it. This is a byproduct, right? This right here, the GEO, the number of AI citations, is a byproduct of the work they're doing right here, right? If you suck at the regular SEO, right? If you don't rank on Google and Bing, most likely you won't be mentioned right here. So to get this is a byproduct of that, okay? Now, even if you write all this content, you create all these pages, right? Even if, let's say, you write an amazing blog post with Arvo, you write an amazing piece of content with Arvo, and it doesn't get much human traffic, well, it doesn't really necessarily matter. And I made a video on this, which I think it's very cool, and I think it's very important. I actually want to mention it right here, which is, yeah, it's this one. Basically, it's telling you that even if nobody goes to your site, even if no humans go to your site tomorrow and traffic drops to zero, it's still very important to produce content. Why? Because when someone is on ChatGPT or any other LLM, they're searching for stuff, well, the robots will go to your site. Again, even if the humans don't go to your site and read this stuff and actually find value in it, the robots will. So if we compare the classic Google search right here, where you just search for something on Google, gave you like a website, gave you like on the second result a YouTube video, on the third maybe like a forum, and where you just click, you read the blog post, you clicked, you watched the YouTube video, you clicked, you skimmed through the Reddit comments, right? And then based off of this info, you made your decision whether to buy the service or product, right? With ChatGPT, as you know, right, you just prompted something, gives you an answer. Prompt it, gives you an answer. Prompt it, gives you an answer until you have like a little answer that satisfies your search intent or your prompt intent, and you buy or not the service or product. Now, the difference is that these answers right here, well, the work that you were doing manually before on Google of clicking the sites and reading and consuming the video, reading the comments, reading the information, now AI just clicks them all It watches the video for you, reads the post for you, reads the comments, and then just gives you all this information in a concise manner. Point being is that even if no humans tomorrow use Google, even if all the people just use GPT and then prompt it, well, the robots will still go on Google, will still go to your site, watch the videos, read the blog posts, read the comments, and give the answer to the humans. So you still need to be producing content, right? You still need to be producing the blog posts, you need to be talking about your business, talking about your features, creating the services pages, and all Arvo helps is with that. You can produce any type of content. And by the way, it doesn't have just to be blog posts. You can create like anything you want. I do want to show you this real quick here. I know the goal was to promote this, but if you go here to article templates, you can create custom templates. You can basically do anything you want. Like, anything literally you want. If we go here, let me just see if this one is, yeah, I can literally go on and on talk about this because it's literally infinite what you can do with this. You can build any type of page, basically, a comparison article between two tools, a service page, a listicle. Any type of content you can put on your site, right? You can do with this. So when I talk about just producing content, it's not just about blog posts, right? It's about content itself, written-based content. And by the way, speaking of written-based content, you can take a YouTube video, right? Any video right here. You can even steal my videos, by the way, and put it on your site about SEO. You can just copy the link and it will convert the video into like a pretty fully fledged article talking about that video. And by the way, this was something that this guy did right here. He took a bunch of YouTube videos, this French marketing agency guy, and grew his site to around almost 6K a month in traffic, just converting YouTube videos to blog posts. And there's a video right here, all he did, and videos weren't his, by the way. He took a bunch of videos in English, right, and converted them all into blog posts using Arvo to French. So he converted the medium of consumption, video to written form, and the language as well. And again, the videos weren't his. So you can take all my, I think, 600 plus videos about SEO, which is very, very valuable stuff, like hour-long courses. And it's super in-depth stuff. And you can just take this, all my channel, you can set up an automatic blog that as soon as I post a video, you'll take the video, convert it into an article, and post it to your site. And you can literally start a blog or a site about SEO, because a lot of people consume and watch my videos, but there's a lot of people who prefer to read, right? Some people like to read. So you can just take the info that I put here and you can just repurpose it, post it to your own site. Of course, I don't care because you give credit to the video because there's a video embed there, which is important, and just transform the medium of consumption into written-based format onto your site. And you can start a brand like that, right? You can do my videos, you can do any videos you want. But I digress. I'm going a bit on a big tangent right here, but I felt like it was important to say. So going back here to our magic board, just know, again, please watch all the courses down below, but just know that AI, SEO, geo, whatever, all this right here, all these mentions are heavily based on how well you perform right here, okay? And how well you perform right here depends on the classic SEO, depends on the backlinks you build, which again, I gave you a bunch of courses to watch, and depends on the content you produce and the keywords you produce that content based off of, okay? Now, these other two, right? This is, let's start with this one. This is a digital recruiting agency, okay? I'll open them up right here. Again, I'll have to add a bunch of things. This is what I do again. There you go. I guess I'll screen through the site, but this is most likely all going to be blurred. So there you go. They're based in the US. They serve Austin and Denver. So there you go. But again, they started with us, started using Arvo or AI. They could use any, I feel like, I guess they could use any AI, but Arvo just saves them more time because of all the automations. The point being is that they started in July 2025. The client was seeing a constant decrease in traffic, right? As you see here, the traffic is just going down. And then he joined us in 1 month, got all his traffic back, plus some more, based off of the US, okay? So again, I know the numbers aren't that high, they're just getting started, but they came from a downtrend. So it's pretty cool to see that when they implement AI into their business, they can see this spike, right? Because they can just do so much more, so much faster, produce content. And not just produce content, by the way, there's this really cool feature right here, which is called site optimizers, where you can just add your site, add your name, add a language, add how many pages you want it to map, right? And what it does is it takes a site, right here, for example, this one right here. It analyzes a bunch of pages on your site, and it gives you recommendations. So it helps you with your technical SEO, which is one of the pillars that I talked about before. It helps you with page titles, descriptions, canonicals, image, alt text, schema, right? And for example, let's say for this page right here, the /x page, which I can go here to the site and show you. Let's see here. This / let's open this right here. /x. Okay. just a regular page on this site. Again, this is also a software tool, by the way, but yeah. And it says, hey, listen, your current page title for this page is this. We suggest you change it to this, and here's why. Hey, this title is more action-oriented and includes key terms like schedule and automate, which users might search for. It clearly states the core functionality of the X API and brand name. It's concise and informative, aiming to improve click-through rates, results by highlighting the primary benefits. Also has the keyword right here. So if you agree, you can just hit apply, and the AI will log into your site and just change it just like that. Right? You can discard it if you don't like, and based on what you apply and discard, the AI will learn and give you more different suggestions. So it does all this, and the reason why it tells you the why is because I didn't just want to just tell you, hey, listen, do this. I feel like it's important that I give you the current one, the suggestion, and here's why we think you should change it. Again, there's the same thing for canonicals, image, alt text, which, by the way, if you just run this on your site, these guys have no images with alt text, but most likely a lot of you guys have, at least I know I have. It is schema. So the point being is it just automates a bunch of the boring technical work on your site. If you don't know what schema is, by the way, I'll just give you a quick example. Plumber Dallas, I'll always give this example, but I think it's the best one. Schema is just basically little snippets of code you can add to your site that give you extra features in the in the search engine ranking pages. So this right here is achieved with schema, right? And this is very valuable because not only do you have more pixels, right? This is bigger than this, but you have an element, these little stars, that not a lot of people have. I guess most people don't have. And this works in e-commerce, software, local businesses, and this is done with schema. And by the way, if you want to learn how to do this, just go here to my YouTube channel and just search for schema. I just watch, where is it? This right here, okay? Just watch this video right here, okay? It teaches you how to do all this stuff. There's more stuff, right? Like this stuff right here is done with schema as well. This is an ad, but you can get this image as well without it being an ad. This is done with schema, okay? Again, little snippets of code you add to your site. So this Arvo helps you with that as well, not just the production of content, and also helps you with a third pillar, which is backlinking. Again, this is more of a service. I build the backlinks for you. I feel like automated tools to build backlinks are not good enough. That's why we still have it be manual. And the exact same backlinks I teach you how to build in those videos are the exact same backlinks you can buy here from me, and there's a bunch of case studies right here from these exact backlinks. So there you go. Going back here again. These are a marketing, not a marketing agent, but a recruiting agency, okay? And again, they just, as you see here, they recouped all the traffic by producing content and fixing their site with Arvo. And this right here, the last one that I want to show you, it's also a smaller site, right? But they started with us, let's see here, on October 24, not much volume, but the growth is noticeable and had a certain peak last month, meaning one good article alone can take off, and bring even more people to the site. So again, there you go. Just start. It's very recent, and just producing content with Arvo, with our AI tool, fixing your site, building backlinks, which they built quite a few, is all you need, right? And look at the mentions. Even though actually they get more mentions on GPT than they have on the classic search, which is quite interesting. Okay, so the only reason why this happens is because this is happening. Is because this growth is happening. Okay. So there you go. Again, if you want to learn a bit more in depth on all this, please check all the courses on the description. And if you want to become one of these case studies, and if you want to join here, the wall of case studies we have, because this works for local businesses, e-commerce, softwares, marketing agencies, anything you can think of, because Arvo is not a magic tool. Arvo just helps you do SEO. SEO still works. You can still rank on Google. You can still rank on Bing. And by default, if you rank on Google and Bing, you will be mentioned and cited on ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, Claude, whatever. So SEO still works. The thing is that with this amazing technology, there's no point in doing it manually. So just use something like this. Or, I mean, if you don't want to even pay for this, just use ChatGPT, even though I think it's going to be a bit harder because it lacks automations. But point being is that you can do a lot of stuff with Arvo, YouTube the blog posts, you can do based off of news articles. I could do a whole video on this. I recommend if you want to learn a bit more about this feature, the generation of news articles, because it is content as well. Go watch, I think it's this right here. They grew at 10K a month in 24 hours with AI. It's insane. Okay, yeah, it's this one right here. Just using literally this feature right here. So you get the point on how much exposure you can get and how well you can rank on these engines. And even if, again, nobody uses Google anymore tomorrow, the robots will still go there, will still browse your site, look at your content, and then feed that info into the LLMs that humans are using. That being said, I don't see Google going away anytime soon. And Google will win the AI race regardless. So in 6 months from now, none of us will be going to ChatGPT. We'll have the ChatGPT embedded onto Google with its AI, because Google has all the distribution. But regardless, that's a video for another time. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to give Arvo a go, well, you can use the coupon code. Let's just do, yeah, why not? Let's just do this. Use the coupon code Yellow Notebook. Okay, I'll just write it right here. Yellow Notebook. It will give you 15% off. It's rare we do these discounts. So Yellow Notebook will give you 15% off. And again, if you want to learn a bit more, actually do me 2 favors. 1, use the coupon code Yellow Notebook. 2, comment the words AI SEO in the comments. This would really help me out, push these videos to more people. Again, I spend a lot of time on this. I give this all for free in the hopes that more people learn SEO. So if you could just do me a huge favor and comment the words AI SEO, that'll be amazing, because again, it would help you to push this out to more people. And second thing, go watch this right here. It's this case study right here, but in video fashion. Go here, click to watch it. It's very valuable. It's insane how these guys grew from 0 to 10K a month in 24 hours. So click here to watch it. Use the coupon code Yellow Notebook. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.